Hi guys, this is my live stream. Hope everything is working. I'm trying to go live on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, and LinkedIn as well. But I see I'm having some problems with Instagram, but that's not a worry. So today, what I want to share with you guys is how to create custom GPTs. So for anyone that's here, do you guys actually use custom GPTs? Just you can let me know in the chat. I am a bit slow. Kathleen Rafter, how you doing? Nice to see you here. Amazing. It's been a while since I've seen you. Oh, thanks for the info. So it's good on YouTube. Kathleen, by any chance, are you using custom GPTs? Okay, Roman, nice to see you here as well. Samir, nice to see you as well. Nice to see some familiar faces here. This is my first ever live, so bear with me if there are any technical issues. But Kathleen says she's tried, and Zamir says looking to start. So I'm going to show you a few ways of how we can use this. So I'm going to share my screen. Just going to move this over so you guys can see my screen. All right, so I have a few slides here just to go over quickly. So we're going to be creating custom GPTs, right? But before we do that, what are custom GPTs? You might be asking, what are custom GPTs? So simply, custom GPTs are just custom versions of ChatGPT that you can make that are tailored for you. So you can train it how to behave. You can train it on any knowledge that you want, custom knowledge, and you can also train it on specific tasks. And why custom GPTs? Why would you want to use custom GPTs? So simply, I don't know if you guys must be using prompts a lot. Say, for example, you're using one prompt to write emails, for example, right? If you are continuously doing this, every time you have to add in that prompt, go through the whole process, and then get the output that you are looking for. But now, what if you could actually train a custom GPT on how to reply to those emails? So the next time you use this custom GPT, you don't have to feed it the prompt because you've already pre-trained it. So you will just say, for example, respond to this email, and it's already been trained on how to answer. So you don't have to go in all the time and continuously prompt it. And with custom GPTs, you can upload your own knowledge base, you can feed it links as well, and think of it as having your own custom AI workers that can do many tasks for you. And one problem that I see people doing when they try to create custom GPTs is they try to create one custom GPT that does everything. And that is where you are going to run into problems. So the ideal way to use custom GPTs is to create many custom GPTs for various different tasks. And I'll even show you how you can actually use multiple custom GPTs together. And that is when you'll see the true power of custom GPTs. But before we get into it, let's just find out who can use it, because lots of people ask me the question is it available to free users? And yes, it is available to free and paid users, but there is a difference. Free users can only use custom GPTs. So that means they cannot create their own custom GPTs. So there is a huge custom GPT store where it has like a library of different custom GPTs that you can choose from and that you can use. I'll show it to you just now. So free users will only be able to use those GPTs or GPTs that people share with them, but they will not be able to create their own custom GPTs. Whereas paid users will be able to create their own custom GPTs and use other GPTs as well. Now, before we go into this, I just want to share with you a quick journey of my journey with AI. So I've been in digital marketing since 2013, but I was doing this as a side hustle. So I had my day job and I was doing digital marketing at night and on weekends. And I've been using AI tools since 2018. But when ChatGPT came out at the end of 2022, and I only went full time into digital marketing in March 2022. So when ChatGPT came out at the end of 2022, I tried it out and I fell in love with it because I was amazed at how powerful this tool was. Because remember, I was using AI tools since 2018, but nothing compared to ChatGPT. I was so excited. I wanted to tell the whole of South Africa how powerful this tool was. Because for those of you who don't know me, I'm from South Africa. So I was thinking South Africans would see my videos. But little did I know. So I started creating videos like on Instagram and on TikTok on how to use ChatGPT and AI tools in general. And I was thinking that South Africans will see these videos. But little did I know that the whole world would start seeing these videos. I was getting requests from all around the world for AI coaching and consulting. I I was addressing CEOs. I was addressing marketing teams. I even had a billionaire ask me for advice on AI. And through my content, I was invited to speak at events in Miami, in Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, and many more online as well. And in fact, I've been to Miami 3 times in the past year just because of AI. And from my content, I was featured in Yahoo Finance, Dubai Daily, Business Insider, Financial Post, and many other publications as well. And all this was through the content that I started creating. And through this, I have had the privilege of working with many industry leaders. And why am I telling you this? The reason I'm telling you this is if I can do it, anyone can do it. So I want you to take action. That is the most important thing because I don't know who said this, but someone much smarter than me said imperfect action is always better than perfect inaction. Just like this is my first ever live stream. I know things are not going to be perfect, but I'm still doing it. But if we carry on waiting for everything to be perfect, we will never do it. So now that we got that out of the way, let's start with creating custom GPTs. So firstly, this is your dashboard for ChatGPT. Whether you are a free user or a paid user, it should look similar. Now, on your left-hand side, you will see we have something called Explore GPTs. Oh, and by the way, can you see how many GPTs I have? And these are only the GPTs that are in my sidebar. I have many more as well. So we will click on Explore GPTs, right? Now, this is the GPT store. So as you can see, there are many GPTs that we can now start using immediately, whether you're on the free version or the paid version. And as you can see, Canva has their own GPT, Adobe have their own GPTs, even ChatGPT themselves, they have created some of their own GPTs. So you will see at the bottom, it'll say by ChatGPT. So this will tell you who has created these custom GPTs. And if you look here at the top, currently it's on top picks, but if I had a specific use case, for example, writing or productivity or research and analysis, education, lifestyle, programming, I could start with these categories. Or if I just wanted to type in something, for example, I'm just typing in recipes, for example. I haven't tried this, but I'm pretty sure there are many GPTs made for that. And as you can see here, you can see there are many custom GPTs created for this. So any topic or specific use case that you're looking for, I'm pretty sure there is a custom GPT out there for it. And as I said, custom GPTs can be used by anyone. Yes, so for instance, I've got many GPTs. Yes, I have many GPTs. I use it for many tasks. Maroon, nice to see you here as well. Maroon is actually part of my paid community, and we actually had a session yesterday, so it's good to see him here as well. So on my top right, we have three options here. Firstly is my GPTs. If I click on it, it will show me all my GPTs. If I click on create, which is what we are going to do, that will create my GPT. And on the right of that, I have my account name, which will show me my account settings, etc. But now let's go ahead and create a custom GPT. So I'm going to click on create. Now you will notice we have two options. So there are two ways of creating these custom GPTs. The first way is create. As you can see on the left, I just toggled on create. This will open up a ChatGPT builder where ChatGPT will assist you to create your your custom GPT. Now, especially if you're starting out, I would suggest that you start here because this will be the easiest way to get started. Then once you become more comfortable with it, you can go into configure, and here you will have to do everything manually by yourself. So I'm going to show you both methods so that you understand what we can do. And also I'm going to show you some use cases as well. I'll give you different use cases, and we are going to create an SEO guide. So this, I don't know if any of you are into SEO. Zamir, I know you are familiar with SEO. SEO basically stands for search engine optimization. I'm just using this as an example, but you can use this as motivation, as inspiration to see what other possibilities there are. So backlinko, this Brian Dean, he is one of the most popular people in SEO. He is part of Backlinko. So I like the articles on Backlinko because, as you can see, this is an article, but can you see how long it is? It's actually more like a small, or not even a small, it's more like a ebook than an article. Because as you can see, it goes down and down and down forever. And their articles are really good, so I trust them. And I know that whatever they publish is good. So all I did here, or all I'm going to do here is, for this example, I can do this two ways, right? I can copy all of this, right? And copy every single thing and go right to the bottom. And basically what I'm doing is I'm just copying all this content. I'm showing you two ways just so that you understand that there are two ways of doing what I'm trying to do, right? So I just copy all of this until the end of this knowledge base. And if I just copy this, and then I opened a simple Google Doc, and then I pasted everything in here. And what it did was it pasted everything with the images as well. I didn't have to do anything else. It pasted everything here, right? So all I did, I copied everything from here. So what am I doing here? I'm actually using this as my knowledge base. And you'll understand just now why I'm doing this, right? Because this is a guide basically for businesses, for SMBs, on how to leverage SEO. But it's a very detailed article. It goes into detail about everything. So I've read most of it, and I know that it is really good. So what am I doing now? So I pasted all of this in my Google Doc, and then I simply want to download this. Now I can download this as a Microsoft Word doc, but I prefer to download it as a PDF document. So I'm simply going to download this as a PDF document. All right, so I've already gone and done this. As you can see, here is this small business SEO. So I've already gone and done this, and I've saved it to my computer. Then if we head back now to custom GPT, now you can understand why I did that, right? So now firstly it's asking me, hi, I'll help you build a new GPT. You can say something like make a creative who helps generate visuals for new products, or make a software engineer who helps format my code. What would you like to make? Right, so here I'm going to say I want to create a SMB SEO guide. So I'm going to create a guide for small medium businesses with SEO. So now when I feed that into ChatGPT, as you can see, it says it's updating the GPT. All right, so hopefully this works quickly. Okay, so now what it's telling me is, how about naming this SMB SEO mentor? It highlights both the focus on small to medium businesses and the guiding role of the GPT. Does that sound good to you? Now it sounds good to me. So, but I just want to state that this is a backlinkos guide, all right? Because I'm using them as the knowledge base. So I'll just say I want to state that this is backlinkos guide, as I am using their document as my knowledge base, right? So it's simple here. I'm just saying I want to state that it is backlinkos guide as I'm using their document as my knowledge base. So all this is going to do is just going to change the name, right? So because I want people to understand that I got this info from here. Now remember, I'm doing this for an article. You could do this for YouTube video, for example. You could transcribe the whole video and then upload the transcription into Custom GPT and use that as your knowledge base. So now it's saying the base is set to use backlinko strategies. Let's decide on a name. How about backlinko SMB SEO mentor to clearly show the connection? So I'm happy with that, and I'll say yes. All right. So now the first part is finished. We have named our ChatGPT. Now, as you can see, what it's doing now is automatically generating a profile picture for us. Now it generated this. I can go back and say I don't like it or change it, etc. But I'm just going to go with this for now. So I'll say I am happy, so that we can go on to the next step. So now it says, fantastic. Backlinko SMB SEO Mentor is now complete and ready to help small businesses implement effective SEO strategies. You can try it out in the preview to the right and let me know if you'd like any further adjustments. What would you like to explore first? Now it's telling me that I can test this on the right, but we haven't fed it anything. We haven't trained it to do anything. So now I want to start training it. So for this, as you can see, I have an attachment here. So I'm going to click on this attachment option, and then I'm going to go to that PDF that I just downloaded. I'm going to upload this now. As you can see, it's uploading it. And then I'm simply going to say, use this as your knowledge base. All right, so now that it's uploaded, I'm just going to click on submit. And then as you can see, it's updating the GPT. Because now it's going to pull in data from that document that we are feeding it. So now it's saying the Backlinko SMB SEO Mentor is now fully set up with Backlinko's guide as its core knowledge base. It's ready to help you with specific practical SEO strategies for small businesses, covering everything from keyword research to local SEO. You can test it out directly to see how it responds to your SEO needs. What would you like to explore first? So now, normally what it would have done is it would have asked me, how do you want me to reply? For example, professional, what tone to use, whether friendly, witty, etc. So now I'm actually going to do this manually. I'm going to say, I want you to use a friendly and conversational tone. Right, and remember, throughout this, whilst we are creating it, on the right we can test this out as we go along. Right, now on the right as you can see, it generated the image for me. It gave me the title, it gave me a description, and these are conversation starters. So if someone lands on this custom GPT, they can start the conversation immediately by clicking on this just to get the conversation started. So now it says, I've updated the tone to be more friendly and conversational. Try asking a question and let me know if it feels right for your style. So now, as is, our custom GPT is ready. But even though I started this in the Create tab, I want to go to the Configure tab to do a few things. So if I go on the Configure tab, now you can see here's the name, the title that it created, here's the description, here's the instructions that it added, and here are the conversation starters. So I can actually remove conversation starters if I want. As you can see, I removed one. I can remove another if I want. So now only left with two. I can leave that. And below that, here is the knowledge that we uploaded. And I can upload even more than this. But below this is capabilities. So as you can see, there are three capabilities. The first one is web browsing. The second one is DALL-E image generation. That means this custom GPT will be able to generate images. And then the third one is code interpreter and data analysis. Now I like to turn this on, and it's optional whether you want to generate images or not, but you can keep that on if you want. So I'm going to leave all three on. That's why I wanted to come to this configure tab and to make sure that the knowledge base that we fed it is actually here. Now, what I could have done is I could have just taken this link and copied this link and fed it into ChatGPT and said, use this as my knowledge base. That's why I said there's two ways of doing this. You can either do it via a link, but always make sure once you feed it the link, go back and test it to make sure that it fully understood the link. That is why sometimes I prefer, if there is an option to actually upload a file, I prefer to use that because I find that it works better for me personally. But if you want to feed it a website and use that as a knowledge base, you can do that as well. Just remember to test it. Now, from those instructions that we created in the custom GPT builder, this is what it came up with. So it says this GPT, the Backlinko SMB SEO Mentor, acts as an SEO guide specifically tailored for small and medium sized businesses using the strategies and insights from Backlinko's comprehensive SEO resources. Now embedded as its primary knowledge base, it provides clear, actionable advice derived from Backlinko's expertise to improve search engine visibility, boost online presence, and grow customer engagement. And then it goes on and on, basically telling me how it's gonna behave. And as I can see from that, it's also telling me about link building, local SEO, which is part of that knowledge base. And then at the end, it says it has an encouraging and friendly, solution orientated and conversational tone. That is the way that it responds. So just like this, now we have already created a custom GPT. Now, as you can see right at the bottom, we have create new actions. Now, this is a bit more technical. So what this allows us to do, but this you'll need to be a developer or you'll need to know a developer who can help you with this. This will allow you to create external sources for your custom GPT. But as I said, this is a bit more technical. As you can see, you need to have your schema and API calls, and it's more for developers. But we don't need this. Our custom GPT is ready. So now if I click on create, because now I want to test this, I can test it out here. For example, I can just say I have a bakery. What can I do for SEO, for example, right? So now it's saying it's searching the knowledge base and it's giving me now a whole list of suggestions now. And now can you see how detailed it's being as well? Because this knowledge base is so extensive, that's why it's pulling all of the info from here and then now giving me this answer. So can you see how detailed this answer is? And I could go further and actually feed it a link, but I'm just waiting for this to stop, and then I'll show you once we create it what happens, right? And then it says these steps help your bakery attract more local customers and build an engaging online presence. So can you see what it gave me? Now, once I'm ready to create this, I'll simply click on create in the top right hand corner. And then now this gives me three options. Firstly, it says only me. That means if I create this custom GPT and I select only me, I will be the only one that will be able to use this custom GPT. If I click anyone with the link, that means it won't show up in the GPT store, but if I share the link with someone else, they will be able to use this custom GPT as well. And then the third option is GPT store. That means it'll be publicly available. It'll be listed in the GPT store and anyone will be able to search it and use it as well. Now, I'm actually going to choose this option so that you can go and actually test it out for yourself if you like. And now I'm simply going to click on save. Right, you see automatically it picked up the category as well. And now it's generating this custom GPT for us. And now it says settings saved and it says view GPT. So if I click on view GPT, now as you can see, it says GPT published. And now I have this GPT. And here it'll tell me who is the author of this GPT. So it says that I'm the author. You can even add in your links. You can do this in settings where you can add your website, your LinkedIn, and your Twitter profile as well. So let's start with a conversation starter just to test this out, right? And if you want to test this out on your own, you can go to the GPT store and just search for Backlinko SMB SEO Mentor and you'll find it. So if I click on how can I improve my local SEO rankings, it'll show this to me. But I want to show you now another way that we could actually use this. Say, for example, we're using the example of a bakery. So I'm just looking for bakeries in my town. Okay, so I'm just going to use this as an example. KC Butter Biscuits. I'm not too sure if they're in my town, but anyway, I'll use this as an example. So now I can just copy this link and I can go back to my custom GPT. You can do this for any link. So I can just say, paste this in firstly, and I'll say, this is my website. Give me some SEO suggestions. All right. And now it's going to go to work. And as you can see, it has picked up my website. It's picked up that this website does butter biscuits. And it says Cape Town. So I'm not sure if this is in Cape Town. I'm trying to see. All right, so this is actually in Pietermaritzburg. So this is something just to be wary of. So it's saying homemade biscuits in Cape Town. Your homepage title should include primary keywords and location. Okay, so it's not saying that we are in Cape Town. It's saying, it's giving me a suggestion to add it in Cape Town. I thought that it assumed that we are from Cape Town. So it's just giving me an idea that to add the location, and it used the example of Cape Town. But as you can see, it analyzed that. It's asking me to improve the load speed, implement structural data, schema markup, expand and optimize your Google business profile, add a blog section with localized content, and all this, it has taken it from my knowledge base, which was this article here. All right, so that's one way now of creating this custom GPT. Now, when you start off, I mentioned that this is how you will start off, but the other way that we can do it is if we create it from scratch, where we have to enter in our own custom instructions. But for this, I've created something for you. So this is a custom GPT instructions generator. So this is where people, find that it's hard to create their own custom GPTs by using the configure tab, because I'm opening this in another tab. So if I go now to explore GPTs here on this side, and if I click on create, and now in the configure tab, as you can see now, everything is blank. So people tend to get worried and overwhelmed because they don't know what to do. So I've created this custom GPT for you guys. Anyone can use this. And simply what this will do is, say for example, now I want to say a recipe create. I want to create a recipe generator, right? Let's say I want to create a recipe generator. So I'm simply, only two words I gave it, recipe generator, and I'm feeding it to my own custom GPT. And now can you see what this is doing? I've trained it to do this now. I've trained it not to immediately give an answer. I've trained it that firstly, it must ask questions to the user. So if you even ask it to do this, example, a recipe generator, it's going to come back with some questions. And here the first one says target audience, who will primarily use this GPT? Example, beginner cooks, advanced chefs, or general users looking for meal inspiration. So all I will do now is I will answer these questions. So I will say everybody. Number two, cuisine variety. Are there specific cuisines, dietary restrictions, or meal types? Example, vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free, the GPT should specialize in? I'll just say none. Three, extra features. Would you like any added functionality such as nutritional information, portion scaling, or specific ingredient substitutions? Right. So now if I had a specific use case, I would actually add it in here. So for this example, let's just use this nutritional information just to show you what happens, right? So I'm saying nutritional information, and then number four is tone and style. Should the response be formal and detailed or casual and conversational? So I want it to be casual and conversational. All right. So now I've answered all these questions. It was pretty simple. And now when I feed this, as you can see what it's doing now, it's firstly giving me a title. It's giving me a title, a recipe generator GPT. It's giving me a description that I can add in there. And then it's giving me the communication sequence. So it's saying greet the user, acknowledge any preferences, dietary notes, or specific ingredients provided by the user, identify needs, provide nutritional info. Remember, we asked it to provide nutritional info, follow up, ask if the user needs additional recipes, instructions. AI personality is casual and friendly, as we said. Approach, encourage and adaptive, simplifying steps for beginners. And as you can see, core capabilities, response structures, example responses. So it's even giving me, I've trained it to do this where to feed it examples so it understands how to respond, right? So now all we have to do is, say if we were using this custom GPT to create our own custom GPT. Just before we go ahead, I just want to answer this one question quickly. Are custom GPTs available with the monthly subscription to ChatGPT, or does each one cost additionally? So when you're creating custom GPTs, you can create as many as you want. There's no limit to how many you create. So if you pay the $20 per month, you can create infinite amount of custom GPTs. There's no limit to that. Just that on the free version, you cannot create custom GPTs. You can only use custom GPTs. And with that as well, with the free version, you can use as many custom GPTs as you like. All right. But now I want to show you, before we go ahead and I'm actually going to create this recipe generator. Before we go ahead and do that, I want to show you a trick that you can use now. So can you see I'm in my custom GPT instructions generator. If I type in the @ sign, right? Now, as you can see, it brought up a new menu. Now, what this new menu is, I can now search my own custom GPTs. As you can see, this GPT I trained a GPT on me. So if I click on this now I can bring this custom GPT into this chat. So that's what makes this so powerful now. Because Claude, for example, I don't know if anybody's using Claude. They also have a feature similar to custom GPTs, but they call it projects. But with project, firstly, you can't share it with anyone. And secondly, when you're using one project, you can only use that project. You cannot bring in other projects into Claude. Now with this, what I love about this is now I can bring in another custom GPT and work on the same thread. So can you see, this is really powerful, because if you create multiple different custom GPTs for multiple tasks, you can use all of them together to create something, a great end result, because now you have the power of using multiple custom GPTs together. So keep that in mind, and I find that this is a really unused feature. So now let's go and actually create this, right? So the title is Recipe Generator GPT. So I'll go in here, I'll paste in the name, that's the title, the description. So I'm going to copy this description. I'm going to paste it here into the description column. So it's telling me that the GPT cannot be longer than 300 characters. So there's two things that I can do. I can manually take out something, or I could say, make the description less than, I would say, 250 characters, because even though it's 300 characters, ChatGPT and Claude as well, they tend to find it hard to use characters, character length especially. So now it gave me a different description, so I can just copy this, go back here, and now you can see I have added that in. Now what I'm going to do, I can even go and edit my custom GPT and tell it in future, make the description less than 250 characters, right? So now we've got our description. Now we want to paste in all the instructions. So I'll copy all of this, right? I don't need to copy the bottom part, because this is just telling me what it's done. This setup ensures that the recipe generator is engaging, informative, etc. So I don't need to copy that. And then in the instructions tab, I'm just pasting that in, right? And if I want to make this bigger, I can actually click on this, and this will allow me to see it in a bigger format. Now, can you see how detailed this one is? And I got this from my own custom GPT, which, as I said, is freely available for anyone to use. I'm going to close this. If you want to use it, you can just go to the GPT store and search for Custom GPT Instructions Generator. I'm going to leave this in the chat as well, so that you can see a link to that if you want to use this custom GPT. And this will really help you when it comes to creating custom GPTs, because it makes your life so much easier. Then conversation starters, I can choose what conversation starters do I want. So I can leave this blank if I want. Now this is an example. I'm just going to say healthy cake recipe. Right, I'm just using this as an example just to show you what we can do. Then the knowledge base, I can say web browsing, I want to leave that on. Daily image generation, I'll leave that on, and code interpreter and data analysis. Now, one thing you'll notice here in the configure tab, I need to create a profile picture. So if I click on this plus sign here, I have two options. I can either upload my own photo, or I can use DALL-E to generate a profile picture for me. So I'll just choose this option, and let's see what it gives us. Now this is built in, as you know, ChatGPT can create images as well. And It's taking a while, but it's generating our image. Now, as you can see, this is what it generated. Now I can change it if I want, but I'm happy with this. Now let's test it out on the right hand side, right? So if I click on healthy cake recipe, as you can see now, it's giving me this recipe, right? And that was just from the conversation starter. But let's see if it goes, and I want to see if it gives me nutritional information as well, right? So it gave me the ingredients, it gave me the instructions. And the great thing about custom GPTs is when you find a problem or when you find something that you're not happy with, you can always go back and edit it, right? So as you can see, it gave me the nutritional info here, and it says the calories, the protein, the carbs, the fat, etc. So I'm happy with this. I can now go and click on create. And then again, I have these options here. Only me, anyone with the link. I'll just put this on the GPT store. And now when we go to our categories, as you can see, automatically it shows productivity. But if I wanted to change this, I could. Now, it only has a few options, but we can change it if we want. So I'll just leave it as is, productivity, and I'll click on save. And now we have created another custom GPT, but in this instance, we created it from the configure tab. Now you could create this whole custom GPT via the configure tab without using my custom GPT, but just that you'll now have to go in and enter the name that you want, enter the description, and add in your own instructions, right? So if you want to go and do it this way, that's fine as well. And you can even feed it links as well. So let's try this out now, right? Let's copy this link and let's say use this as your knowledge base, right? And then I'm going to enter in that link and I just want to see what happens, right? So now it's updating it. Let's say what is local SEO? All right, so I just wanted to make sure that it pulled it up from here, from this knowledge base. And also another thing you can do is, say for example, you start something in the configure tab and then you are stuck. You don't know what to do next. You can always go to the create tab and say, what, you can ask it now. I can upload files from here. I can even ask it, what is your knowledge base? Right, and now it says I'm equipped to help you based on a knowledge base focused on small business SEO strategies from Backlinko's guide, and it even gives me the link, right? So as you can see, it has picked that up. Now if I wanted to say I want you to be helpful and friendly, so whatever I create here now, it's going to update in the configure section. And even if I wanted to create a image here as well, I can do that from here as well, right? So now if I want to see that it made any changes, I can go back to the configure, and as you can see now, the instructions have changed. So if you want, you can go back and forth, but just remember, when you do this, if you got something good here that you're happy with, and if you go back to the create and you ask it to add in something or do something, always come back to check whether it removed anything, because sometimes it will add stuff, but it will also remove other stuff. So you want to be careful with that. So always make sure that you have a copy of this, so that if you do use this create tab, it must not delete anything that you have used previously as well, right? So with custom GPTs, I've shown you a few examples, right? Those were simple examples with recipe generators. We created an SEO checklist as well, or SEO guide. But you can think of anything and you can create a custom GPT from that. For example, you could create an interview question generator. So if you wanted it to generate role specific interview questions based on job descriptions, so it can help you with your job interview, or you can help you to interview others. You can create anything. So you can create a social media caption generator. So for example, if I go on the left hand side, let me show you one of the examples is Offer Genius, right? Now this Offer Genius, has anybody heard of Alex Homozy? I'm pretty sure you've heard of Alex Homozy, right? So Alex Homozy is really popular in the marketing industry, and he has this book, $100 million offers. Right, this is his book, $100 million offers. So now what I did with this was, if you go to acquisition.com/training/offers, and I would really suggest this to anyone if they are stuck with any of their marketing or doing anything. I would always suggest that they start here first, because most people get caught up with their offer. Their offer is not dialed in correctly. So this is a free training that anyone can go through. It's really quick. It doesn't take it won't take long, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 videos, but each video is like 10-20 minutes in length, so it won't take you long. And it also comes with checklists as well to guide you along the way. If you purchase his book, it will be even better, because it goes in conjunction with this training. But even if you just use the training on its own, it's really powerful. So what I did was, I went and I transcribed all of these videos, these 10 videos, right? And then I created this custom GPT based on that. So now if I ask it, if I say I run a, okay, let's not do that. Let's actually feed it something. So let's feed it a different website. So if I feed it this website, I can now go into my custom GPT, my Offer Genius. I'll say this is my website, and then I'll paste it in. Give me an enhanced offer. So as you can see now, when we use custom GPTs, now the prompt that I'm giving it is really simple. And why? Because it's already been pre-trained on what to do. So that's why it's going to make your life so much easier. Now, as you can see, it crawled my website. It knows that this was Miguel's Bakery, and it says that builds on Alex Hormozzi's principles for creating compelling, high-converting offers, and it's giving me a core offer, value stacking, which is what he loves, risk reversal guarantee, which is what he loves as well, a scarcity and urgency, and it uses all his training suggestions here. So this is a custom GPT that I've created, and this is just another example of what you can create. Then another example is I use it for my video captions. So I'm just looking for this GPT. As you can see, I got a lot of GPTs here. Goal guide. Oh, and by the way, I've got a GPT that I created. Let me go to this. It's called the AI business money maker, because one of the most common questions that I get is, everyone wants to know, how do I make money with AI? And the answer is, you cannot directly make money with AI, but you'll need to find a problem that needs solving and then leverage AI to solve that problem. So this AI business money maker, it actually makes it easy for you. For example, now if I just click on this link here, I want to make money with AI, what it does is, this will now interview you, As you can see, it says here's what we'll do together. We'll explore your skills, interests, and resources to find your sweet spot in the AI market. I'll give you a quick overview of current AI trends and money-making opportunities. We'll use a SWOT analysis to generate AI business ideas tailored for you. You'll leave with a 2-week idea validation plan to test your chosen concept. It says, let's start by getting to know you. What's your professional background and what interests you about making money with AI? So I'm just going to try and go through this quickly just to show you what is possible and what type of custom GPTs you can create. So the first, I'm answering it, I'm saying digital marketing. So it says great digital marketing pairs exceptionally well with AI, as AI tools can enhance marketing strategies. Now it's asked me to dig a little deeper. What skills or expertise? I'm just going to say lead gen. I'm just going to go through this quickly just to show you what is possible. How much do you know about AI? I'll say medium, right? You can enter in whatever you want here, right? What industries or markets are you familiar with or interested in? I'm just going to say SMBs. Let me say coaches. For how much time can you dedicate to a new business adventure? I'll say 2 hours per day. 5, do you have any funds available? I'm going to say minimal. 6, are you looking for a side hustle or a full-time? I'll say side hustle. 7, what's your risk tolerance? Are you okay with uncertainty? I would say I am wary of risk. 8, what's your main motivation for wanting to start an AI-powered business? I need the money. Right? Now, based on these answers, now it's giving me an analysis or some suggestions, right, on what type of AI business to go into. So firstly, it's saying AI powered lead generation, personalization and chatbots, predictive analytics, and then it's giving me strengths, my advantage. Now it's doing all this based on these answers that I gave it, right? And now, so that's why it's giving me something that's tailored for me. So it's giving me my strengths, my weaknesses, my opportunities, and threats. And then it says, let's focus on opportunities. These AI business ideas will align well with your background and the needs in your coaching market. Which one interests you the most? Or do you have any other idea in mind? So now I'll just say this one, right? So if I say AI powered lead generation, what this is doing now, it's saying great choice, and as an AI-powered lead generation service could be highly effective. And now it's giving me a 2-week idea validation plan. So now I can do this. It says in week 1 what to do, day 1 to 2, day 3 and 4, day 5 and 6, day 7. Now I did all this by creating this custom GPT. So if anyone is stuck and they want to make money with AI, so someone left a comment that the sound on TikTok is terrible. So actually, I'm not live streaming on TikTok. I'm just live streaming from my phone. That is that one. But the main live stream, unfortunately, the software that I'm using doesn't allow for TikTok live streaming. It only allows for YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. And I've just got my phone there, and I'm advising people to go to YouTube so that they can find it, because I am choosing YouTube. I am streaming this on YouTube. Right, so now can you see, now it gave me a 2-week validation plan. It gave me ideas. So there's unlimited possibilities of what you can do with AI, or what you can do with custom GPTs. To think about it, you can create an HR manager, say for your business, or any other task that you find time consuming. So you could actually go and create a custom GPT that analyzes your meetings. There's no limit to what you can do. Here I created a YouTube guide, title generator, anything that you can think of. You can create a custom GPT for it, and this will make your life so much easier. So we're almost at the end. We've got 5 minutes left. I just want to know, are there any questions? Does anyone have any questions based on custom GPTs? And by the way, this recording will be on YouTube, so you'll still find it there on YouTube. So Product Master says, I love your content and the way you produce it. Thank you a lot. Oh, thank you so much for your kind words. I appreciate it. Are there any other questions? Can I incorporate it into my website? So Roman, you unfortunately you cannot incorporate this into your website. If you would like to do this, then I would suggest a tool that is called Chatbase. So it's a similar thing. You'll be able to use multiple different models here as well. So you can use OpenAI's GPT. You can use Claude. So even if I go to my own website, this is my agency website, you'll see that we have a chatbot here on the right, that I've incorporated into my website. And this is using Chatbase. And here I can ask it anything. So you can use Chatbase if you want to embed it something on your website, because unfortunately with custom GPTs, you can only use it in the ChatGPT interface. What you can do is go to the OpenAI playground. Now this is a bit more technical, but what the OpenAI playground is, so ChatGPT is built by OpenAI, right? Now OpenAI has a platform where you can go and test your models. For example, I'm just going to put in my password here, where you can go in and test your models. And this will allow you to now embed it on your website as well. But the problem with this OpenAI is that here it's very complicated. So Roman, this might be a bit more complicated doing it via the OpenAI playground. But what I would suggest is, if you are looking for a simple solution, is chat-based, because not only can you embed it on your website, you'll be able to embed it on Instagram, on Facebook Messenger, on WhatsApp as well, using the same chat-based interface that will make it easy for you to embed on your website, and etc. So hope that answered that question. And what is the name of this current GPT? So Product Master, the name of this current GPT that I was on is called AI Business Money Maker. That's called AI Business Money Maker, right? I have left a link to that in the chat. I'll try and leave another one to this, another link as well. And Kathleen, you wanted to know, how can I use this to up my YouTube video SEO? So what I would suggest for this, Kathleen, is you should find a resource that's really good on YouTube SEO. And then a simple way is you could either go to YouTube itself and then find out YouTube SEO guide. All right, this is just one suggestion. Now you can find whichever one is the best. It can be any length as well, even if it's hours long. But find a good resource, whether it's an article, and you could even add in a YouTube video, an article, multiple sources. You don't need to just use one resource, and then add that into a custom GPT. So unfortunately, you can't add in YouTube videos, but what you will do is you will download the transcript and then put the transcript in a Google Doc, download that as a PDF, then upload it into ChatGPT, then mix it up. Maybe you've got some articles you can use as a resource, and then train it on that. Right, so that's the way you could do it. And if you are not sure on how to train the GPT after you have the knowledge base, then you can always use my custom GPT that I created, which will help you with custom GPT instructions. So you will just say, I want to create a YouTube SEO guide, and you feed it your knowledge base and use the instructions that this gives you. So Product Master says, yes, you can embed a chat GPT with some code, but that will, as I mentioned, Roman, that will use the Open AI Playground. You'll need to use that. Thank you, Roman, for attending. I really appreciate it. All right, Product Master has something else. Great work. I joined late, but thanks for joining, Abiola. Do we have access to this business money maker GPT? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So Heidi, I can send that to you as well. I've put it in the chat also, but you can just send me an email or message and I'll send that to you if you can't find it. And Zamir says, I'm trying to facilitate basic market research for 3 sister businesses, all a specific solution offering within the same industry, telecoms. So you can do this as well. I mean, you can do anything that you want. You can use market research. And another feature that I don't know if you guys know about in ChatGPT is, so if I go to a new chat, or even if I'm in a custom GPT, if I click on /, now you'll see I have this feature here, search or find on the web. Now this, what I think is, it's a prelude to getting Search GPT. So they have announced Search GPT, where they're going to have something similar to Google built into Chat GPT. So I think this is the beginning of that. But if you want research specifically, I would still start with Perplexity. Perplexity.ai is great for research. So I'll start with that, Zamir. I'll create a knowledge base. And what I will do is, or what I will do if I was doing market research, Perplexity now has spaces. So it's similar to custom GPTs, but in Perplexity. And especially if you're doing market research, this is going to be much better than ChatGPT. Roman, will I do another training session? Yes, if you enjoyed it, I will do it. But I would just want suggestions on what are you trying to find here. What training would you be interested in? So if you let me know what training you're interested in, then I will set that up. I'm hoping to do many more in the future. I don't want to commit to any like once a week, etc. But I'm going to try and do much more. But if you want an inside info, you can join my community. Here we have weekly calls once a week. You get access to my AI software, AIleadbuilder.com. You'll be with the community of like-minded people just trying to grow with AI. I'll leave a link to this in the chat also. Thank you, Kathleen. I'm glad you liked it. And hopefully we will have another session soon. Zamir as well, I'm glad you liked it. Roman, I'm trying to use AI for capital raising or multi-family investment. Now, there's many use cases, right? We can use AI for so many things when it comes to capital raising. Market research, firstly, you start with that. Then you can do marketing, help get AI to help you with your marketing, to find the correct people. But send me a message and we can chat more about it. You've got my details on Facebook, or you can send me a messenger, a DM, and I'll try and assist you with that. So I hope everybody enjoyed this. This was actually my first ever live. If there were any technical difficulties, I apologize. Hopefully we will get it better for the next one. And for those on TikTok, the sound was bad because I was doing this via my phone, but just for you to tell you to join the live on YouTube. Okay, thanks, Amir. I appreciate it. And let me know if you have any other request of what type of training you're looking for, and then I'll create that. Thanks, Roman. Same to you. And we'll chat soon. Send me a message and we can discuss your project as well. So that's it, guys. We'll chat soon next time. Hopefully, send me your ideas. If you want any training specifically on AI, send me whatever you're looking for, and I'll try to create something for that. So until the next time, take care and we'll chat soon. And remember, imperfect action is all